Well, Super Dirt Week has always been about longer races, pit stops, two-way radios, but some of those things are going away. They removed two-way radios. Now they only have the receiver in the ear. And fuel stops, there's no more quick fuels, so you're not going to see it like a NASCAR pit stop. They're going to have to put it in the old-fashioned way. That eliminates some cost, and for some of these teams, they feel that it'll make the racing better.
Well, it's still going to be an exciting race even without pit stops. You know, I think there'll still be strategy of when to pit to fuel, make adjustments without the live pit stops. It's not really necessary, I guess. It's a lot better for safety, and there's just less work for us. You know, we don't have to install all the extra components and the glueless lug nuts, the quick fills, all that stuff. Kind of leave it at home. I think it kind of invites some extra competitors. You might see some outsiders come in that haven't competed at Oswego before because they probably didn't want to have to do that stuff. So should be an interesting turnout.
I love it. I absolutely hate radio racing. Never been a fan of it. And I like that we got rid of the pit stop deal. We only do it once a year, and unfortunately we don't have enough full-time guys on the road with us to be able to do it. So it's getting our buddies and our friends, cousins to help out for one race a year, and it's dangerous. The way they split it up, a left and right side, our fuel guys are exposed if you're on the right side. I think it's going to produce a lot better racing. We don't have to worry about making it to a fuel stop or making it to a tire stop. Now we can just go out there and race wide open for 200 laps.
For me, being a smaller team, it definitely alleviates us a little bit, not having to get ready with the quick fills. The radio deal, half the time I can never hear mine anyways, but that's not really a big deal to me. So I hope it gives the fans just as good a race as it would before. You don't have spotters telling who's coming, who's going. I'm hoping it'll still provide great racing and give the fans what they want.
I don't know. I mean, I kind of just let them all figure it out themselves. Whatever they come up with, they come up with. I'm a racer. Radios, I think, kind of hurt the racing, so I think that it's a good move, honestly. Some fans might be upset about it, but as far as a racing standpoint, I think it's going to make the racing better. And pit stops are cool, but unfortunately, as we go with, having to do two separate sides of pit road, live pit stops, it makes it pretty unsafe. So it's even really hard when you don't know which side you're going to be on, but you have to put your quick fill on the left side. So having the gas guy having to run across with that much fuel, it is unsafe, so I understand both sides. But I don't know. I'm really looking forward to it. I think the racing is going to be better with no radios, so I'm looking forward to it. I like Oswego, and I think it's going to be a good show.
I really enjoy the thought of it. It's fun to radio race and things like that, but in the same sense, I think it brings back a lot more of the driver aspect. Myself, for example, there's plenty of times where if you're not going so good and you can listen to a crew guy and they'll move you up to kind of stuff a lane, it just kind of makes it a little tougher to the fans, I think, to really get what they deserve. I think when you take the radios out of it, now it's just man and machine, and I think you get a lot better race for sure.
The fuel deal, I don't know. That part of it doesn't. I could go either way. It's probably going to help maybe bring a few more cars out. I mean, obviously for me, I've got all the quick fill stuff anyway, so it's not like it's going to save me money. But I mean, it is somewhat dangerous. I mean, if you ever picked up one of those fuel cans, they're pretty heavy, and to try and stick that in the hole as the car's getting jacked up without pushing the car over and all that, it's probably a lot better off we're not doing that, to be honest. But I don't know. It was kind of exciting to watch, don't you think?
I wish that they would let us run radios just because it kind of adds an entertainment value for the fans. They can listen to scanners and stuff like that. And I'm not a good radio racer. I mean, it's the one race here that we do with radios. But other than that, I think that it's going to be good as far as getting cars and car count. Anytime you can get rid of a big expense like the fast fill and pit stops and not have to worry about having more people in the pit area, it'll bring more cars. So that's good.